and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire, in Fontus, some aliens, Mayhem. We're on around 220. We have 8 decisions awaiting us, one of which is a dome breach, abductions, which aren't great either. And we did complete our helicopter design, and finish the research on electric engine.
Understood. Aye, aye, sir.
So we confirm. So no to gas power. So the question here is atomic missile or tactical nuke? Which helps us moving forward better? Okay, so we have the requisites for you. Atomic missile is required for ICBM 10 megaton. So if I'm trying to go world-ending ICBMs, we could technically do atomic missile into atomic weapons. Fusion plant is fusion plant. Okay, so I don't really need the tactical nuke. Unless we want to build a thingy using that. The atomic missile is probably actually more useful the way I play. At least that gets us into ICBM 10 megaton. Okay.
Understood.
And then development-wise, we haven't discovered the heavy helicopter. The heavy helicopter is the one that's 2-engine, which may have just enough lift to do actual transport work.
Roger that.
We shall see. Dome breach, mitigate it, success. A success here still loses us 3,000 people.
Copy that.
Fist of Slavers, this is a failure. That's actually pretty bad. Still lost us 3,000 people. Totenreich, we're going to actually say no here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so power storage is up. We still only shipped what we received, but now we didn't lose anything, so next turn we should have more to ship. Rinse and repeat until either we've got enough power, or the brownout is cleared, or it's all shipping. So that's what we're going to be watching for, is we want to see this number. As long as this number is green, and we haven't hit storage, the amount we're shipping is going to go up every turn. Construction-wise, everything proceeded at speed. Solar panel field at level 5 should finish in the capital next turn. Okay. I don't have the metal for that right now. Building up the metal mines is real tempting. Especially this one, because it's going to be a pretty productive one. Yeah, let's get that one going. And metal mine, this is going to cost us 20 power. Hopefully we will have it. Water, oil, metal. Oh, that's just showing you how few resources we have, right? So we queued up a metal mine for that mine, and that went from the best mine to what we've already got equipped and mining. And the other one we can maybe do would be the radioactives. Oh, the radioactives cost metal up front, so yeah, that's what we're doing with the metal. Remember there being one over here. Civilians building this one? No, the civilians haven't built that one. Oh, that's the level 1 mine. So there's 14,000 metal in that. That's it. I'm better off. Although, with it being a level 1 mine, we have to pay the workers for it, of course. But there's no metal cost to it, so we will actually get that one going because it'll generate a little bit of. Why did that show that a metal cost on it? Oh no, I'm misreading it. The second tier of it has metal. No, I read it right the original first time. Okay, and no metal cost. It produces 250, or well, in theory, it could produce 250. It's going to produce like 50. because it's getting hit with a minus 80% modifier from the start. Okay, so we'll let that cycle. Do any of these places need desperately workers? Why are you like 3,000 workers short? Okay, you're getting the workers then.
Yes,
That's
sir.
probably why the supply situation there is black. This is the inefficiency caused by that port-wise. Although it's not showing up as... Oh, I got two unloaded sites here. That's what's going on. And then I'm still a little concerned about the oil, although we are still having slight brownout. Well, that's only going to make an 8% difference in the oil. We might be a little short on oil. Probably because we turned you to full, which means we're consuming 750 more oil. Yeah, that would do it. Okay, so the work around... Start sending colonists here, try to get you to level 3.
We're under fire.
I should have guessed.
Requesting backup.
Sir, yes, sir.
Gonna be in pins and needles this turn because they're at 33. Not much else I can do. Okay, let's cycle the turn. Hoping... Well, we're gonna get another... In theory, gonna get lots of power more coming next turn. Well, we're gonna start having lots more power coming in. So you're gonna jump from 400 to 625, so it's 225 more before multipliers, and the multipliers are kicking 400 to 500, so that's gonna be good yield. And again, another 100 from those two. Well, 50 each, but total 100, again, before multipliers. So we get you getting much more power in. So we shouldn't be concerning about those metal mines not having any power. The question is, do we have enough power otherwise? Let's see. Okay. Let's raise that rifle. Let's raise what I want to start shipping. Because I've got the metal kind of kicking around. So we can start shipping them overseas. These obviously need to be different colors. Can't both be gray. We got a light green and a light blue they're going to be stacking with. So gray and blue and gray and green. I think this is the one that's going to be going out to the green side. So you select the SHQ. Need to be something that does not clash with, well, clashes with green, so we can tell them apart. That purple. There we go. And then I need to make sure I got enough reservists vacancies. We do. So they'll both get jobs. They'll both be very happy. And we got a grumpy governor. Let's appease the grumpy governor.
Roger that.
There we go. Here's the pins and needles moment. Does Becker declare on us? I'm not sure. So many things I'm not sure on. I think it's around 30 where they can declare war. They might have to be below 30, in which case 33 will be enough. Okay, so it should be popping around to us soon. Adams Range Imperium. Round 221, we have 7 decisions. Failed that demand, which is a shame. We've discovered a heavy helicopter, so one of them is going to be, do you want to develop the heavy helicopter, basically? Okay.
Sir, yes, sir. Copy that.
We'll come back to that one.
Yes, sir.
Minor worker strike. Diplo decision. We're being blackmailed by Totalin again. They're... I was gonna say no.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
One of these guys is a better unit command than the other one,
Will
but
do.
we need 2, so they both get a job. So, heavy helicopter, as you can see by the picture, has 2 engines. I'm going to want to use this as a transport helicopter, ideally with some decent range. We'll see if we can achieve the second. With some cargo capacity, at least. Four hex range. Is 4 hex the best I'm gonna get? Four hex may be the best I'm gonna get. Yeah, and that's a helicopter. It's got some range. It's not, by default design, that's not good enough for what I wanted to do, but that's what we're going to develop.
Order received.
Keep in mind, its range is rather limited. Yeah, Right, so the ideal would be like, hey, we can take off from here and go like 1, 2, 3, 4. Needs to have a range of 5. It doesn't have a range of 5, so yeah, we're probably not going to use that helicopter. That's why I'm trying to design a transport helicopter for. That's what we'd use it for. It'd be transporting from one island to the next, and the island we'd be looking for to do that to is 5 hexes away, not 4. Well, apparently we're getting enough radioactive yield off the demilitarization plant that is rounding up to 1. Nope, something changed, and the modifier changed to -50 instead of -100. But yeah, rounded up to 1. We get 1 rare metal, 1 radioactive. Oh, and it looks like the brownout's done. Okay, that's a little more concerning. That may be implying we're about to have a brownout. Although we just completed a bunch of power, so we're gonna have to wait another turn to see if that fixes the brownout. Yeah. In gameplay turns, brownout is what I use to refer to not when you're out of power, but when power in equals power out. So we shipped more power than we will have to ship on the next turn. So we know there's going to be a power shortage in the next turn. Question is that sustained? We're going to be making more power, so the power should go up. In fact, we should be making a lot more power, so I'm not going to immediately panic. Although the way I may kind of panic is... 800 power. What? What makes power for you? You have an asset that provides power. Okay. Yeah, in theory, we should actually be power neutral there, so you shouldn't need to receive any more. You're power positive. You might be worth spending. Okay, let's continue expanding. So we'll slap another one of you in. And that's future-proofing in case I actually need more power. Because we know from this one's going to be about the same power as that one is. We're getting 149 off of 120, so we should expect it to go up. Not down, so NV out. If we can make it locally, then it doesn't need to get shipped, and that'll be good. Make the deficit in that zone a little bit smaller. This place is the main receiver because it's got a main industry, so I should probably be making just more power here eventually. If we had petrol, and I really don't have petrol. Nuclear power, or can run the power plant to nuclear power plant. It's tempting, but we're gonna say no. Really, what I need is I need to get need to do summatization, because then I can turn all the water we're tossing the trash, and we're trashing a lot of water. Trashing 79, almost 80,000 water a turn. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then you proceed at speed. Okay. We're not at war with you yet.
Sir, yes, sir.
We didn't hit it, so you're still 33. So if 30 is the magical number where you can declare war, then we're still on that line. Let's cycle the turn. Oh, I should get a couple more recruits in case we have some casualties.
Roger that. Roger that.
And then I should also start shipping you guys across. So can you... That's not the side I want you to transport via. I would rather transfer these guys via that one first. 1, 2. And you can keep actually shipping that way, so we'll do 3. Like, it's looking worse, but that's because it's now red. 4, 5, and the HQ. Okay, so you may still ship the same way, even going over here, which is a little weird because I would expect it to go, because they're literally sitting on the starting point for this route. It's fine. There we go. Now we're going the other way because I think we filled the route of going the first way, right? Yep, filled that one up, so it's got to go the other way at this point. I think that's the last one we can ship across this turn. Oh no, we get one more across. Yeah, we're saturated. Yep. But yeah, those guys can start dispersing out to their field positions, which should be good in the long run. Let's see if the brownout situation shows sign of relieving itself in the next turn. In theory, a lot of our assets are not showing... Well, here we're showing some. 92% delivery, so we'll see. Sorry for the mic tap. Once we have the full batch of troops over, I suppose the next unit I want to build is a battalion of medium tanks. At which point we'll actually be kind of comfortable with them starting the war. Okay. So if everything goes according to plan, the metal mines will be done. Start supplying metal for the turn after next. It doesn't look like we got declared on, although I could be wrong with that. Round 222, we have 2 decisions. Yeah, no declaration of war, so peace still continue.
Affirmative.
Roger. Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, that was a success. This point, I think we have delayed them again. Yeah, they're back to 52, so they're delayed a couple of times at least. So we ship you across. Oop, not the right landmass. There's the landmass we're shipping to. There we go. Construction-wise, any delays? No, metal mining facility completed, metal mining facility completed, solar panel field completed. Power is trending up again. Although we shipped everything we had to ship, which is potentially concerning. We're now making 50 power there. That might actually be a place that warrants continued power production here. Wait, why do you only have... Oh no, you received 50 power. You actually shipped, or you actually had 150 made there. 171. 100 from the perk, 71 from the solar panel field. Which is more than you actually consumed, so in theory you should have power in the future without... Should be outbound, not inbound, okay. So, capital is probably the main place, the main power consuming issues, okay. Okay, I need like 2,000 more to get you up to level 3. I would like to do that to sort the oil issue, although the oil issue isn't super severe right now. No... Still a little bit signs of brownout there. We'll give it a couple more turns, see if that solves itself. Well, a turn more. See if that solves itself. And then I want to raise a medium armor... Which is just going to be considered an armored brigade, right? Or if I not developed that? I might not have developed that yet. Got light tanks. We can see the light tanks there. I think armor is actually A, so it should be at the top of the list. It should be the first thing on the list. We have developed medium tanks, right? Oh, it is. It is M. It is medium tank. Although ABC. Okay, that would have mechanized. Oh, yeah, obviously means we still haven't researched it yet. Okay. So I could definitely get some tanks, medium tanks going, but they would not be in a brigade. How close is the staff council to be being done? Long way off. Okay. So what formation do I want to do to replace the medium tanks? Could do the light tanks, could make a bunch of light tanks and send them over. Oh. Oh no, that's light armor. This is mechanized assault. Assault's apparently light armor. I saw assault and was like, ah, is that the tank one? Because armored is the APC. Mechanized siege grenadier. Depends on the mobility. Oh, actually, I don't have the logistics to build that up. So it's foot, or foot. Or we're going to do some independence. We'll do some independence. We'll get some tanks going that way. And this is 5,000 metal per stack. I think we're still going to raise 2 stacks of these. Let's see. Can we actually get you across? So you can't go across that way this turn. What about the other way? Yeah. Okay. So the moment we want to send tanks over, the tanks can't go over. So the tanks have got to sit here, sitting on the beach. As we wait for the situation to improve. Couple different ways we can improve the situation. How many workers do you take? About, let's say 3,000 workers. So if I could send 3,000 workers here, I probably could. Yeah, we could send 3,000 workers. $2,500. Colonists go in. So in theory, you should be able to work that port. That should allow for more unloading and loading. Take a couple turns for that to really kick in. But yeah, that should help more ship over there. And then let's see if the brownout situation, the power situation improves. Power source situation. I've delayed that issue for a bit. Okay. Okay, we're back. Round 223. We got 8 decisions. Witch abduction is one of them. Cobra apparently is the heavy helicopter transport. Interesting name.
Yes, sir.
Incident in the library. We do like mines. We can
Affirmative.
take that. Need to do no new orders here.
Order acknowledged.
Democracy.
Copy that.
Democracy.
Yes,
Mitigate the
sir.
abductions
Roger
as much
that,
as you
sir.
can. And even with that, we still lost 11,000 people. Some of these successes sometimes don't feel like success.
Aye, aye, sir. Copy that.
Well, that was the capital too. Annoying. And power continued to trend up, and we did not ship everything out. So that means we're not in a brownout state. That's good. We don't have a bunch of surplus power, but everything's working. Okay. Tank, strategic move. Oh, we got enough that we can get one tank brigade across. One medium tank brigade across. Let's do that. Okay. Okay, on rate to do construction, so no delays there. That'll provide even more power, so we'll be less concerned about power, which is important because apparently we don't have a lot of surplus power. Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. We don't got a lot of surplus power, so I need more power, so that solar power field too makes sense. The victory overview, we're still sitting happily in first. We haven't really moved much. Mining. Nothing's prone to running out. Conversely, nothing super valuable to mine, because the thing we're looking for value-wise would be metals, and metals are... all the metal mines, I think, are mining. Yeah, all the metal mines are mining. Some of them might be worth upgrading. This is a level 3 zone, so in theory it could upgrade that mine more. Well, that would not necessarily be good for the logistics around the area. This mine could be upgraded. You can nationalize and upgrade it. The other one I can do is I can build more power here. I think that's what we'll start doing. We'll start building more solar fields. We can build one there. Can build one there. Because, yeah, we're going to keep both these routes, so... asset, asset, asset. We'll do one on each of those assets. It's going to take 2 turns and eat a bunch of rare earth metals.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
More power is
Yes,
good
sir.
power.
Roger that, sir. Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
How much do I need to improve the demoralization plant? In theory, I'm actually making enough metal a turn that would be positive making the demoralization plant. So let's do that.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
We're currently working on atomic launcher, okay. We don't have the extreme vehicles to do you. Don't have robotic infantry to do you. Just looking at this to see which ones we're missing. 62%. How slow/fast is that going? Eco 6% per turn. So we're looking at 7 turns. 7 to 8 turns, let's say. I'd like it to be faster, but it is what it is. We don't really have the people to build up the bureaucracy right now. Or turn up the power rolls. Atomic missile going 5% a turn, so that's got a bunch of turns. Applied science. Oh, that's enough personal armor. Let's call you up to do something else.
Order acknowledged.
Probably conventional small arms. Although fuel is a little tempting. Yeah, let's do conventional small arms.
Order acknowledged.
Until we get heavy battle dress and do the next round of infantry. $32, okay. So if we don't want war with you, I need to pay you off. Although, how do I feel about war with these guys? Like that's a machine gun unit, that's not too concerning. What are our tank units looking like? 1,000-ish. Yeah, so the medium tank should be able to just smash into these lines. Question here comes... Yeah, lots of tanks. You know, we'll let them actually start the war again. I'm gonna stop negotiating them back to peace. I may be kicking myself later about that, but for the moment, I think we're good. I think we're good. We need to start that war eventually.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Okay. That way it's got to hire less so that we don't have any construction delays building the solar panels. And then let's cycle the turn. Actually, first, efficiency drive. Make sure everyone's happy. Profile, personnel, relations, bit of a grumpy governor. So let's improve the opinion of that governor.
Roger that. Roger that. Roger that.
There we go. Yeah, let's cycle the turn. Yeah, that doesn't look like someone who's at war with us, so we're probably still at peace. Round 224, we got 6 decisions. Couple bad events. Soldier morale was what we promised, so that's good. Discovered education models, which we don't need. methods which you don't need. Okay. You want to organize a party. Pass it on to the responsible bureaucracy.
Order acknowledged.
Just confirm that one.
Yes, sir.
That's
Order
fine. Focus on
acknowledged.
research, not discovery.
Understood.
Democracy.
Yes, sir.
Give the full
Roger
support
that,
there, and the success costing us 1,000 people. Just these events just feel bad sometimes.
Sir. Yes, sir.
That's a little bit less bad. I'm less complaining about. Okay. Demoralization proceed at speeds. Solar panels proceed at speeds. That is good. No delays on anything. Good to see. Power storage continues to go up, so that is good. Metal is going up, although not fast, but that's not concerning. Still thinking our medium army here will do a good bit of work, so let's go ahead and deploy another medium armor tank battalion. Is this my original medium armor tank battalion? I believe it is. So at some point, we will want to upgrade to the polymer plating. Can't get better engines, we can get better polymer plating. And we may... Have I done side skirts? I've probably done side skirts since then, so it'll be even better from that. Could try to delay until we get laser guns. We'll see if we wait until we get laser guns. We'll see how it fights first before we go rush into an upgrade. Okay, so the land route was saturated. That's maybe an argument to expand this truck hub specifically. Yeah, let's expand this truck hub. So logistics, truck station.
Roger.
It means you have a need for 5,000 more workers. We can give you all that we got in the SHQ,
Roger.
which is 3,200. And then you'll have to recruit locally the rest, which you stand a decent possibility of doing. Petrol being down is a little worrisome. Are all the petrol wells working, or did I miss time? No, did not miss time the reset. Although we're getting really close to one of them coming up. 5,000 is not far out. Oh, and that major consumption is the tank moving. Yeah, I need to get more oil production going. As I've just worked out, I don't really have the metal to build that right now. Yeah, so that would probably be deep core gas. Which probably doesn't want to be in the capital. Yeah, we don't have the metal for that. Well, I do arguably actually have the metal for that right now. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll get it going.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna watch the metal numbers go down over the next couple turns. It shouldn't quite hit 0 before we're done. Okay, let's cycle the turn. Again, I think there's only a chance that they declare on you around 30. They're more likely to declare below 30. I suppose it might also be a situation where they can take the hit, which drops them below 30, and then declare. That might be how that math works, where it feels like sometimes they declare on you when you're over 30. Well, they haven't declared on us yet. Good to see some fish dealing with themselves. A little concerned about the distance close to the road there. We'll move some guys around. Killed 100 walkers over the end turn. It's around 225. We have 9 decisions. Oh no, which is a dome breach. Just keep them from walking onto that road. There as well. Celebration be organized. Traditional government mass parade. No festivities for neither government nor merit.
Yes, sir.
There we go. You want portraits in schools? The education board makes that decision. Militia wants funds. The militia can have funds. CEO wants a tax deduction?
Sir,
No.
yes, sir.
New demand. Bureaucracy increase. I'm going to say no.
Roger that.
Order received.
Zone decisions. Democracy. Mitigate it. That was a failure, but that wasn't even a very painful failure. Ominous sealed door in Salusa. List a sealed door marked indefinite quarantine. Study the situation first.
Order acknowledged.
141 versus difficulty 104. It seems to be safe, sir. Whatever the head quarantined the past, it must be long dead. Good to know. Anyway, metal is going to trend down because we are building the deep core gas extractor. Soil panel fill is finished. Good. They didn't cost any metal anyway, so their production is not going to cost us anything. Or we're not going to see the metal pop up in production next turn. Although we will see the rare earth metals do that. We can handle this burn for 3 turns. At which point, with both the truck station and the deep core gas extractor done, we should be seeing the metal trend back up. Okay. Move you across. You consumed petrol. 137 petrol, because you moved last turn, but that'll be the last until we have a war. When we have a war, you're going to be attacking. Alright, so the plan right now, I think, with these tanks is we're going to smash through here, smash to the coast. This is a port. One of the enemy ports. So we'd like to capture the port. Not because I think it's strategically beneficial to us, but because it's strategically harmful to them. Right, this is a port they can get supplies in by here. If we take the port, they can't. At which point we'll solidify the lines over here again, pull the tanks out, pull them over to the other side, basically do the same sort of thunder run down here, cutting this port off, cutting them from supplies. We'll also presumably be taking attacks of opportunity with the infantry, where we get like 3-way flanks and stuff like that. So we'll probably attack there, maybe attack there. Just to tread the enemy a bit. Although at the moment, the enemy is not particularly hostile, so... Where we're at? Do I need more money? No. Maritime... Bidding houses. What's the time? Let's grab...
Yes, sir.
More duration on these routes.
Yes, sir.
We know they're what we need.
Yes, sir.
And as you can see, there's definitely an indication that if we have the metal, we can improve the ports to ship more efficiently. Right now, we're kind of compensating with boats. Using extra boats to compensate for the terrible ports. Okay, I'm not going to build them with the tank because we need the metal. So we just cycle the turn. suppose looking at the time, I'm going to head and end this part a little bit early. My cup of tea is empty. I am thirsty. I need to take the break a little bit earlier, we're going to say here. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. We're going to record 2 more parts tonight. Of course, we're about to come up from the tea break, the midstream tea break. If you're watching on Twitch, I hope you have been enjoying. There will be more recorded tonight. We'll just be taking a short break for me to replace the cup of tea between parts here. And we may end up in a war in the next couple parts, because I'm... Okay, in theory, originally I was thinking of bringing a whole armored brigade over. We're not going to do that. Might? Well, don't have the petrol for it right now. If we sort the petrol problem before they declare on us, I will probably try to bring over a motorized brigade to work as the support encirclement units for the tanks. I think the tanks have got the power to punch through these lines, but we don't have anyone necessarily to follow them up without bringing in infantry that's also holding the battle line. I think the infantry should be able to hold the battle line against these guys. Oh, never mind. I'm seeing non-territory held by us, and I think it's like over here or something. No, that's not where. But yeah, we'll be picking up next time. So if you're watching on YouTube, there'll be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, I hope you have been enjoying. We'll be back after I replace the cup of tea. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. We'll be picking up on round 226 with those 9 decisions next time. And with that, bye for now.